First intro sucked. Off the bat, just want to let you know, this is going to be a long, in-depth training video. Me going in depth with the person that I've been helping out last couple months with their training virtually. It's definitely been a challenge. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. I know that a lot of people can relate to this actually. Even if you don't want to admit it might be you, it can be you. And this video is for you. Complete walkthrough, not gonna rush. My goal, be super informal, go in depth, breaking down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exercises gonna break down. For those of you that are new, never met me before, seen me before, my name is Kyle Mara. I am a certified personal trainer, specialize in hybrid training, strength and conditioning, aesthetic. That's me. To give you a rundown, I have been trying to train people for the last year and a half. Last year didn't have a lot of success. I didn't have any, actually, to be completely honest with you. This is the first time I'm actually training someone. It just happens to be one of my best friends, so what better way to start from there? 1, training virtually. 2, our communication the very last week of November has been a roller coaster. You can see on some of the past progress calls, my own opinion, better progress could have been made. What I told him going into this was, you didn't have to pay me. I just wanted good testimonial. I thought that was a good trade-in. I have wanted to communicate every single day. It wasn't every day, it's every other day. Communication is super key when you're training somebody. Definitely have to communicate multiple times a day. You have to figure out what they're eating that day. And you just have to know what's going on. You're in sync. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. His goal was to get from 158 pounds to 175 to 178 pounds, right? By the spring, 12 to 16 week time frame. That is completely doable for anyone looking to make any type of transformation. All you gotta do, put in the work, right? Wrong. It's actually very hard. And the reason I say it's hard is because you are the one that has to be willing to put in the effort. My job is to make sure you're staying on track. My job is to motivate. My job is to make sure the person is staying disciplined. But above all, make sure they're enjoying what they're doing. Make sure there's progress. When there's progress, you're gonna enjoy it. That's just what I feel like. Once you start seeing results in your own body, that's gonna motivate you. It should motivate you. That's basically the reason you started working out, is because you didn't like something. You just didn't like something and you're changing it. 7-day training split, more like a 6-day training split. It was definitely adjusted. I tried to hit just under 3,000 calories a day. Recovery, sleep is something where none of us can really control. We can do our best, but if you don't take any type of sleep supplement, straight to the bed, head on the pillow, boom, it can be hard to fall asleep. I personally feel like I just suffer from insomnia. Challenging for me to go to sleep. When you don't get the proper amount of sleep, there's a lot that happens mentally and physically, and most of the time it's just general like fatigue, but that general fatigue can like creep on you subconsciously the next day, or even like 2 days, maybe even 3 from your training split, and it can tell you like, oh man, you're just tired, push it off. And right there, that's when you need the discipline, and that's where a personal trainer comes in sometimes. Broke this down into the 3 phases. Phase 1, weeks 1 through 8. Phase 2, 9 through 12. Phase 3, 13 through 16. Tried to follow this to a T, but like I said, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. The reason I've said what I've said over the last 2 minutes is because we're dealing with someone that hasn't exactly had a big transformation. They've worked out, they've even worked out consistently for years, but not necessarily pushed to the level someone else can see in them. We all probably know that we have high things and important things that we can achieve, but sometimes we can't get there without an extra push, without an outside force making us, supporting us, allowing us to get to these spots. With this being a roller coaster ride, virtually training someone for the first time ever, it helps that I've known the person for a long time. It comes with some downs. Intensity of someone's workout can really affect their results. If I say one thing and they do not up to say what I would do or the expectation, result can definitely be different what we're talking about as a goal. Someone that's not used to transformation, they're not used to seeing big changes, small changes, as far as looking in the mirror and like, holy shit, I don't recognize the person I used to be. Haven't been there. How do you change someone's mindset? Everything that they've been doing is just not working. On top of that, life. Is this you? The person viewing this, does this sound like you? Does this sound like somebody you know? I had to adjust as a trainer. I have to draw a line in the sand. I'm your trainer, and this is your friend speaking. My goal, to help this person develop the mindset. Just because you don't see results right now doesn't mean you're not gonna see results. If you're not seeing results, good. That should piss you off. That should mean you rack up the intensity of everything that you're doing, burn a little bit more sweat, grind. and that is when you're going to see results. The more intense you put your body through, the better the results are going to be. That is just strictly going off of my own experience and what I have helped people do. I wouldn't be saying that if it was the opposite. Pure, honest truth. Like I said, there were 8 exercises for this particular workout. Machine chest press, control and full extension. It's nothing fast, it's just nice, slow, and control, right? Arm fully extended, you can really see the emphasis in the elbow. When the elbow goes full extension in the lock, you can really see the definition in the arm, and I think that is great. I'm gonna be honest, if I try to zoom in, I still can't really tell. I think that's 130, so that's one. It looks like he's doing about 120, so that's good for what he is trying to accomplish. Moving on to the next thing, dumbbell chest press. Off the bat, I'm gonna pause it. I believe that says 40-pound dumbbells. He should be doing more. He should be doing minimum of at least 60-65 pounds. I know this because I know him and I know what he is definitely more capable of doing. He has noted with me bench press bar, just the straight bar itself. It's a little funky for him when he comes down, and I understand that because same thing with my left shoulder, I guess you could say that. I've noticed that when it comes down, it basically gives out a little bit. 40 pounds, very light. Stance is great, like where he's positioned the dumbbells right above his head, perfect. I like how he twists it. And that's good because when you're twisting, when you go up and you're twisting, it is activating the chest in more, which means that more blood flow is going right there, and when you actually take off your shirt, you're gonna notice the emphasis right in the middle of the chest. This is a great exercise for that. You can definitely do the incline for this too, but if you do incline, you're gonna hit the upper chest. But with this, it was just a straight up pecs, and it was a good come up. So as you can tell, going back to the machine chest press, nice and in control, nothing crazy. Did 120 pounds, that's pretty good. All the blood flows going to the chest, the pectorals. And then we have more of the freestyle with the dumbbell chest press. Sets his marking, comes down, and he knows great rhythm, great rhythm. Who knows, maybe it's with the music that he's listening to. Either way, I just know the only problem with this, could definitely use more weight. Shoulder shrugs, short shrugs here, they are good for speed in my opinion. The dumbbell, it's too light. If he really wants to see results with the shrugs, at least 70-75 pounds, that's how he's gonna see a good amount of results. Fucking thing reverses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Should have done 15. They have to be wider. Nothing's gonna happen if you do a lot. Like, we're talking 50 minimum. The weight, you gotta literally go relax and then crunch. Relax, crunch. Relax, crunch. He is using 60 pounds. Okay. But I'm not gonna lie, that didn't look like 60 pounds, but minimum 70-75, maybe even 80 pounds, because I know what he's capable of doing. I wanted to see results. But I also want to say, let's zoom in really quick. Shout out to this guy, staring in the mirror, right, the entire time, just watching my guy, just trying to figure out what his next move is. So shout out that guy with the mustache. The dumbbell push-up into a row, this is one of my favorite exercises. A lot of gym exercises are my favorite, but this one in particular, I love it strictly because it's super challenging. I mean, who wants to do a push-up and then go into a row? He's doing, what is that? Stop. We need to stop this. Does that say 2.55 pounds? I really hope that doesn't say 2.55. It does. It does say 2.55. Wow. Okay. That's very interesting. What he needs to do is he needs to go down more, and he needs to bring the dumbbell directly back. Instead of twisting and like going outwards, as you can see, he needs to push up, push up, push up, I didn't know that the weight that he was using on this was pretty light. Don't get me wrong, it's not like you should be using like crazy weight for this, because it's very hard to do a row from a push-up. So I mean, shout out the fact that he can even do this with weights. Shout out. When you know you can do this, especially using a weight that low, try to ramp it up to 15-20 pounds, something a little bit more challenging, because if you can do this and literally just fling it fucking back, do something heavier. Lateral front and side raises. I personally think his stance is a little too wide. I noticed with myself, legs are a little bit in. If he needs it to be this way to support his balance though, I totally understand that. His back is swaying a little bit. Want to keep back a little bit tight, a little bit tighter. The angles, the heights, and everything goes solid. At the very end, you can tell that he is struggling, it seems like, and definitely shouldn't be struggling too much when you do this. I mean, you wanna have like a good motion, good sync. The way he's flaring out his feet and the way that he's just kind of flaring out in general, it seems like it might be a little bit too heavy for him. And the downside to doing it a little bit too heavy is that your form can be a little bit off. When your form's a little bit off, it can kind of alter A, your results, B, the way that you're performing. You can even pull something. Tricep rope pull down, just that he is swaying a little bit too much and he needs to control his elbow. His elbow needs to stay locked in. A great up and down motion. I can't see the weight that he's using, so I'm hoping that he's using heavy weight. It does look like it might be a little bit too light, but at the same time, I can tell when he is on the descend, basically at the very bottom, grip strength is really being tested because of the forearm muscle that is being emphasized when he squeezed right there. Just a tad, like very minimal. Great job. I just wish I knew how much weight he was using. Straight bar cable curl. Seems like he's slouching his chest a little bit, so I would definitely recommend that he maybe widens his elbows out just a little bit, because sometimes when you lock it in, it can seem like you're slouching your chest, because I don't think he is. The other thing, extend the arms all the way down so that way you can fully get the bicep. Now I do understand you can go full extension, you can also go halfway and just do this. So what he's doing isn't wrong, it's just not technically the full bicep exercise. You can't see the weight that he's using, so I'm hoping that he is using a heavier weight. His veins, I mean, God, his veins are definitely popping out on his bicep. His bicep's actually looking pretty big in this. Shout out to the work that's being put in. Seated leg press. I was expecting an actual leg press, lol. Good 36 fast calf raises, extensions basically. It looks like he's got at least 3 plates on there. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So that does it for the exercise. I'm not quite sure how long this video is as of right now. If you want to go into the other videos, basically the progress calls, you can see what we've talked about, what I've wanted him to do, where he's lacked, where I've lacked, where we've both improved on. You can get a little bit of the journey. Also, if you do want to see some of his transformation progress, you can go on to my Instagram at Built by Mara, and you can go on the first highlight. It's under trans 1, which is his transformation. You'll come across all types of content, him and I in it, me going over what he's basically what I just did, shorter version. And if you're on TikTok and you're not Instagram, again, it's Built by Mara. All of the socials are Built by Mara. It's been a transformation, again, that we've been working on since the end of November. Where we're at right now, they've taken away that plan because we're now in April. We now have adjusted to making small wins appear and show. What does that mean exactly? We're focusing on smaller workouts, smaller exercises, short form, minimal wins. We're gonna add up to big wins. A 2-pack, let's start with the 2-pack. Advance to a 4, 6, 8. Bigger biceps, we'll target the biceps. Bigger biceps usually lead to bigger triceps as well. Hit individual groups consistently, and it all adds up to bigger wins. This is April 10th. Just wanted to get on here and give my version of a reaction / in-depth training, because I haven't posted anything on here in a little bit. I myself, for running at home aesthetic workouts, short form content on that lately, just for people that are struggling mentally and physically and just like their day-to-day, just to get progress, to stay really grounded while, you know, literally life distractions are coming at them. It doesn't matter if you're single, if you're married, if you're married and have kids, if you're single and have kids, it just doesn't matter. This is for people, the everyday person that is just showing them how to get stuff done, aka your training specifically, while there's life distractions. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you liked it, if you learned something from it, please give it a like. Let me know what city you're listening from. If you've made it to this point again, please let me know that so I can DM you and send you a appreciation note. And yeah, subscribe to the page if you want to learn more on like hybrid training, aesthetics, at-home workouts, straight up motivation, stuff like that. And also, if you are a guy and you want to work on mindset talks for men, chasing greatness, discipline, and overall just better version of themselves. Head on over to my podcast, Mara Mentality Podcast. I've got some great guests on there that really each share their own unique perspective on just how to master yourself, basically. So older gentlemen, younger gentlemen, they've all made a name for themselves in one way or another. So it's on there. Subscribe and go share some love with that. But I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys with this video. Peace.